We are live. We are live. It is Move Yo as Monday. Yep. You read, if you read the title, you saw that I mentioned the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins, and I will get into that here shortly. Double tea bag, y'all, in my screw everything cup, because that's how I feel today. It is Monday. I got no idea what day it is. Oh, February 11th. It is noon. We are live in Colorado, in the Denver metro area. And, of course, my diva here is in the back. She probably will come over here thinking that she absolutely needs to jump in my lap because she's jealous that somebody might be getting attention besides her. I see Unique showed up in the chat. Hi. Okay, come on. How are you? How was your weekend? I'm digging my hat. What a day I have had so far. Seriously. Cheers. If it could go wrong, it's gone wrong. But that's all right, That's all right. I'm going to get it figured out. First off, so right away, and I know I'm going to whine and cry and boo-hoo, woo is me. Whoa, I got a lovely bunch of coconuts, diddly-dee, la, 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 la. I'm going to whine for half a second. It's all right. But I woke up this morning, and I was all pumped because it was Monday. I was like, yes, Monday, motivational Monday. We're going to do this. It's going to be a great week. And so I went and poured myself a cup of coffee, popped it in the microwave because I didn't want to brew a whole new pot. It was still kind of warm from earlier when my man had made the pot of coffee. Note to self, people, pay attention to how long you put your coffee in the microwave. So I pulled it out after I realized it had been in there for like 2 minutes, and I was like, oh, whatever. I mean, it was hot. I was all, it's all right. I'll just, put all the goods in it, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine once it cools down. It was a little hot. It was hot. So I take my stevia or stevia, however you want to say it, a little sweetener, and put it in there, and that shiz went off like a freaking volcano out of my cup. I mean, seriously, it started shooting in here. Oh, gosh. I was like, is it really going to be one of them days? It is going to be one of them days. It's Monday. That's for sure. Yeah, so needless to say, I was covered in coffee. Hot coffee. Not good. Hot coffee everywhere. It was all dripping, all down my counters that, of course, I had just cleaned. Go figure, right? I guess I was just going to double clean them. And then my printer ran out of ink. I ran out of tape. And I only got this much bubble wrap. My dog named Blue ran away. Okay, no to the last part, but seems like I need to start singing the country song. My dog named Blue ran away. I ran out of bubble wrap. Isn't that how they all start? Sorry, my apologies if people like country music. I do. There's just some of them that are a little too much for me, but yeah, I really am going to need more than this. I usually just ship little, not very big things, so I wasn't too worried about grabbing this, but I have to ship something really big, which brings me to my whole 5-second rule thing. Let me say what's up to the pipes and the chat. Unique says, hey, I'm good. Weekend was great. Yeah, right on. Cool. Yeah, cheers, man. Woo. It's a double tea bag day. is what's happening right here. Double positive energy tea. That's what I'm drinking. I see Rosie's Closet popped in. Hey, girl, hey. And, of course, my beautiful Leticia. Love you, girl. So glad you're here. I've had a morning. I've had a day. I've had a day. And that's all right, though, because guess what, people? We are alive. My ticker's still ticking. And just because the day started off a little rough doesn't mean that we can't restart at any moment. Because we need to move your ass on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday, all the other days. For sure. I was trying to bust it out this weekend on eBay. My goal was by Sunday in my public eBay store to get 300 listings back up in there. I failed. And honestly, I was feeling a little discouraged yesterday evening because I was like, wow, I'm so overwhelmed. I got so much going on. You know, I even thought about, well, I'm not going to do my motivational Monday. And then I thought, you know what, Kim, you promised yourself that you were going to do it. And you don't break a promise to yourself. So you're going to get your butt up and you're going to do it. You're going to do it. And here I am. Yay. Woohoo. Go me. Hot mess and all. Oh, see my shirt? I got this over the weekend. It says, good vibes only. I don't know if this is really what it says up here, but good vibes only. Good vibes only. Good vibes only. Yeah, I was feeling discouraged yesterday because I usually am pretty good about hitting my listing goals, and I really need to reevaluate some things time-wise in my life. I was listening to actually Lindy Glenn earlier, who, gosh, I love her. Wow, is she awesome. I love her. She is so amazing. And she was talking about, instead of maybe, you know, during certain hours for eBay or Amazon or whatever it is, just devoting one day to eBay, one day to Amazon. I was like, you know, that's kind of brilliant. Maybe that's what I should do, because I either need to go down to one store and, you know, delegate my hours, or, I mean, I don't want to do that because I like having the two-store thing because I like to share things with you guys, but also at the same time, you know, my other eBay store is things I've been doing for a long time, and that would be kind of, I don't want to give that up. You know, it's like the bread and butter, basically, and that, yeah, I can't give up bread and butter type of items, really. It's just, yeah, can't do it. But so I don't know, I need to figure out my schedule. But as I was having issues this morning, I guess the best way to say it, and even feeling discouraged last night, you know, I woke up and I started listening to Mel Robbins, who I absolutely think she is an incredible person. If you guys have not listened to her or read one of her books or watched her on YouTube or even Instagram, I like to follow her on Instagram. She's amazing. She's incredible, really. I heard of her, I don't know, I don't want to say like a year ago or anything, because it wasn't necessarily like that, but maybe 8 months ago or something, I started to hear of her and her 5-second rule, and I didn't really think too much of it until, again, really this morning, I was like, you know, I need to apply her thought process because I'm letting fear prevent me from doing a lot of things. Like, for example, putting heavier things on eBay. Fear was getting in my way of thinking I was going to get the shipping wrong or whatever, you know, or it was going to break on the way, or maybe it would sit forever. You know, I don't like to have large things necessarily, a whole lot of large things in my house. I can't do it. Just don't have the room for it. So I do large sales, usually local, and the weather has not been in my favor here in Colorado. Shocker, right? I mean, it is winter, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to quit letting fear ruin me and get in my way, and I'm just going to start listing some heavier things. So I did, and there was a great cha-ching battle going on my phone throughout the night, which was cool. But also now I know that I probably need to maybe change my notifications on my new phone. On my old phone, I didn't have all these notifications going off, but it goes off like all the time. I need to fix some of the notifications for YouTube too. Nothing against y'all. Not that I don't love all of you, but it goes off a lot if I have too many bells on. I really like watching a lot of, even the people that follow me, I really do it. I like to learn, and I like to see what people are up to. I like watching all kinds of videos, from art videos to, you know, relaxation videos to motivational videos to haul videos. If I only had like 12 more hours in the day, then I could watch so many more people. So yeah, I figured today is the day that I absolutely need to apply Mel Robbins and her 5-second rule to life. Do any of you guys, have you guys heard of Mel Robbins? Anybody in the chat? I'm just curious. She's amazing. She really is. So her 5-second rule basically is to not wait to make a decision, or to not, like, for example, she brings up the whole hitting the snooze button in the morning. You know, instead just going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and sitting right up and getting, you know, stuff done. And I really, really like that idea. I've done before. I learned through therapy of doing it like in a 10-second type of thing, you know, where you do a countdown, or you and you just kind of breathe for 10 seconds and then just do it. But I love the idea of the 5-second rule, because, you know, after a few seconds, your little Jiminy Cricket or whatever, you know, your mind up here, you start to basically convince yourself of the opposite. So if you're like, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and wake up in the morning and not hit my snooze, you know, 5 times, then it comes around, and in the morning when that button starts to go off, you are pondering too many times. And you also know that there's that snooze, the other buttons that are coming, you know. And if you just go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and just do it, like, it really is quite amazing. I've used that type of thing in regards to my kids, instead of getting so annoyed so quick, you know, because my son and his whole mom every 5 seconds, 5 seconds. Sometimes in the evenings I'm like, whoa, you know, so I just do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and just reevaluate, you know, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it's gonna be all right. I really like the idea, because I'm terrible about getting too far deep into my head. Like, I am my own worst enemy. I used to always say, wake up before the enemy, and I still think that rule applies. But the truth is, I'm my only enemy. It's only me that's preventing myself from getting up early. It's only me that's scared to ship things that are too big. It's only me that doesn't want to necessarily dive in headfirst to Amazon. You know, it's silly to take 2 years of research behind something and finally do it. You know, I make lists. I make a list to make a list. And that's great and all, but if I don't do much with the list, or, you know, just start knocking it out and quit getting in my head about it and overwhelmed by, oh my gosh, I have all these things listed and I didn't, you know, get them done. Like, I really am my own worst enemy. And I have no doubt that anybody watching this is probably similar to some extent. We're way, way harder on ourselves, really, than we should be. I'm getting to the point, as I could, you know, get older, to really realize that I need to not care so much, just pretty much F it, screw it all, and not in a way of not being nice and polite and kind and respectful and to sort of live life morally correct, I know that I might be going to hell. I don't want to burn in it necessarily. Rot in it. No, I don't know what to say. But I spend so much time worrying about the opinion of others or what could go wrong that if I hadn't, I could be so much further in life than I, probably, than I'd like to be now. But really the biggest fear I think a person should have is being in the same place 1 year from now or whatever it is, 2 years from now. That's what you should be afraid of. Like if you don't strive for something, you don't show up every day, you're not going to ever go anywhere. And I know that it seems like such a simple concept, but it's hard. It's really hard, especially I think being a reseller or an entrepreneur, and having your own business and juggling being a parent, or even maybe it's not necessarily a parent. Maybe you help somebody else, or maybe you volunteer somewhere. I have a few friends who are amazing individuals, and they volunteer a lot. So they're juggling volunteering and, doing all these other things. And I definitely think that you need some balance in your life. And I also think that it's okay to say no to things. That's one of my New Year's resolution this year is being all right with saying no to things. Like I feel bad, and it's even, again, that can be a 5-second rule type of thing, because I'll think about it. I'll be like, oh, I should just say no. And then I'll think about it too long. And I'll convince myself to not do it. And I'll feel like an ass, or excuse my language, but I'll feel bad, for maybe telling somebody no. But the saying is so true that you really have to focus a lot on yourself and be selfish in a lot of ways to be a good mom or whatever it is, even running your own business. You have to put yourself, yes, hustle hard, but you have to take care of yourself. It's like there comes a certain time at night times, for example, that I won't list anymore. I'll stop doing whatever, it is. Maybe I'll clean or something, but clean the items, but I won't list after that, because I don't want to start making those mistakes and then, feeling silly the next day for realizing, or whatever it is. I know that I don't want to set myself up to fail, if that makes sense. And if I list and I'm tired, I'm setting myself up to fail. Let me see what's going on in the chat now that I've rambled. Love you all. Leticia, I love you too. You're special to me. Your package. Yay. Rosie's Closet says, love your positivity. Yeah, well, except for the beginning of this where I was complaining for half a moment. I just had to get it out there, I don't always talk about all these, things that go wrong. And I don't think there's a lot of people necessarily online in YouTube that explain the real parts of life. Fact that my legs are burnt because I blew up the coffee. Yeah, note to self. Don't put a sugar substance in super hot coffee. It's a volcano. No, but I'll look her up. Yeah, you should look up Mel Robbins. She is amazing. She's got blonde hair, wears glasses. Love her. Even just to follow her on Instagram. Like, she's so motivating. I strive to be like that someday. Like she's a role model, a mentor in a way. And I know that she has no idea that I exist, but I think it's really good to have people like that in your life, or even just to follow people like that. I like that she tells it kind of like it is and gets into the nitty gritty of, what really has happened through a failing marriage or a failing business, or, I don't want always people to just sugarcoat things for me. It ain't all rainbows and unicorns all the time, people. I mean, let's get real. It's not. And not that I want to hear somebody, complain always every day or anything like that, but I just want people to be honest. Like, don't bullshit BS me, and I don't want my audience to ever feel like I'm bullshitting them. People are, hello, Francis. People are always very hard on themselves, right? We really are. We are definitely our own worst enemy. Hello, Rebecca. You like my comment? I have tea in it. We have San Juana. Hi, San Juana. I don't think that you have showed up in one of my lives, but I have seen you around in other ones. Hello, welcome. I am blessed to have your presence all up in my chat. I think worst critic. Kim, most people don't have it together. They worry, get stressed out, all the same things you're talking about. Yeah, I know. Like, there is nobody on this planet that doesn't stress about something to some extent. Maybe there is, but I'm sure if there is, they'd be millionaire, if not a billionaire now, because they need to be sharing that. You know how that. I think stress to an extent is not a bad thing, because obviously if you're just sitting around doing nothing, then you're not going to be stressed out by things. But I've learned a lot this year, even since I really started to go live with my YouTube and stuff like that, about myself. And I'm almost mid-30s now. Well, I will be in June. And I'm learning every day things about myself, and I'm always trying to, I guess, improve and head in a good direction. I'm not perfect. There are days when all I want to do is sit there and binge watch Netflix, which I haven't really done in a while, but I definitely need to learn how to delegate my time better and to quit trying to be overly perfect, overly like I'm going to take on it all, because I'm going to set myself up to fail, basically, if I do too much. And I just need to do, what I know is a good fit in my life for now, and add, do that little extra oomph to strive for those bigger and better goals. People think that the entrepreneur life, or having your own business, is always, yes, it's 24/7. Yes, in a way, but at the same time, we're human, and you can't run like that. You're gonna get sick of it. I mean, I can't tell you how many people I've seen that go 2 months into YouTube. You'll see all these videos, 2 months into YouTube, and then nothing. They don't do nothing. And I always wonder, I'm like, I wonder what happened to them. Maybe they just decided one week they weren't going to do it and thought, well, oh shiz, my whole entire audience thinks I've disappeared. I'm just not going to do anymore. Well, I know that I'm not going to do that to y'all. I'll be here every week. I've thought about changing my days on the Monday thing, but it gets me motivated to know that I've put myself out there, in front of everybody. It keeps me on my toes. It keeps me remembering that, to not break a promise to myself, just like I try to teach everybody else or tell everybody else. There's that 5-second rule. There's a whole 5 seconds, like automatically just go ahead and do it, instead of trying to ponder, well, should I go live? Yeah, maybe I didn't feel like it today as much as I normally do, and I'm all pumped up, but I'm not going to break that promise to myself. And I just knew that I went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in my head and was like, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. No matter how old you are, you learn new things every day. True story. YouTube is a huge commitment, and I think it's hard to keep it up for some reason. Yeah, it is. I noticed keeping up with editing videos is, I think, what's hardest, because I have probably like 4, maybe 5 videos that I've filmed and I have not edited yet. I need to be for sure better than that. I think I'm going to do kind of what Lindy Glenn was talking about and devote one day, to things. Like when I batch videos, I'm just going to commit that whole day to just finishing those videos, and maybe schedule listings or have them scheduled to continue to go off, on those days, and then do Amazon another day. eBay, I'd have to do eBay multiple times. I mean, there's no way that I could do eBay just one day, but then there's the thrifting and sourcing and all of that, which I have to also take into consideration. And then the fact that, I'm a mom and I got to go pick up my kids from school. And, I probably could list in the evenings, and I do sometimes, but I also really like to make sure that I've devoted time to my kids. I think it's really important. I get that hustling and listing 20, 30, 40 a day, makes your sales up and all these things. But at the same time, I'm doing all this for me and my kids. And I want them to remember their childhood as their mom being involved. Because I think that that's, to me, more important than them having every gadget and gizmo aplenty. They already have every gadget and gizmo aplenty anyways, because I've been a bargain hunter for a long time. So, but I definitely think that, I don't know, these past few weeks, there's so many people that I love to watch on YouTube. I'm definitely also noticing a time of having an issue kind of delegating who I choose to watch live and stuff like that. I'd love to catch everybody, and I do play a lot on my TV, but I can't always. I notice that I'm having to pull up the chat in here, and I always want to comment, and that's what's kind of distracting me a lot from maybe hitting some of my goals. That's all right. I could be mad at myself for not hitting 300 in my public store, but it is what it is, man. I don't know how far off I am from it, but it's not like I'm not devoting my life or, devoting my time in other ways of selling. I got to figure out how to ship my largest item. I finally, for real, I was proud of myself that I finally was like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to list that shiz. And that is exactly what I did. And, I was happy that I did that. I can't believe how many offers I started getting right away on things. And I'm glad that I put things when I don't know exactly a price or can't find something that I know is going to be of value, I auction it. I know that there are people who either do just auctions or maybe they do just buy it now type of listings. I do both. I like to have auctions start Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, or Thursday evening, Friday, and then as the days go, Saturday and Sunday, I have more auctions that go throughout the day. And they end, obviously, 7 days later. You can do 10, but I think having them end on the weekend or the busier days is the best. So I dabble in both. I started out only doing auctions. And I mean, it was fine, but I learned after a while that there's the value of certain things that weren't going to go over a certain amount, or that I could almost every single time get money for, or a certain amount of money. Let me go into chat. Chat. Thank you for asking. I love that everybody's so nice to each other in the chat. Grandma Wrinkles, hello. Happy Monday. It is Monday. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. It's good for kids to see their parents do things, working, struggling. They learn from us. Yes, so true. So true. I want my children to know that they can do anything they put their mind to, and I will support them no matter what they want to do. I mean, if they want to go out there in the world and try to do their own thing and, I don't know, maybe have an eBay store, online store, whatever it is, then I support them. I'm not going to tell them, you have to go and be a doctor or do whatever this and this. I just want them to be happy. Oh, where'd my screen go? I'm pushing buttons, y'all. Headed to the post office. Hi, Mama. Hello, my beautiful Kelly. Headed to the post office. Right on. Right on. You are driving. Girl, don't you crash. You drive me nuts driving everywhere. I don't know how you do that. I'd crash. But then again, if I'm in like a big, busy city, I always notice that there's not a lot of different cars around you. That's cool. Are you going to the post office to ship some stuff? That's cool if so. I got my lazy brains going on today. Got my lazy brains. What's everybody up to this week? Just out of curiosity. Y'all should apply the 5-second rule. Don't think about it too hard. Instead of taking way too much time, wasting so much time trying to make a decision on something, give yourself 5 seconds to make that decision. You'd be shocked at how much time you save in a day, really, compared to just making a decision right away. I saw this thing, I don't know, it was a few months back, about somebody who, maybe it was on Dr. Oz or something like that. They were journaling or writing down how many decisions they had to make in a day and the time that they were taking to make those decisions. And it was crazy, the actual amount of minutes in a day that people were spending trying to make a decision on where to eat or what shoes to wear, or what clothes to wear, or when they're going to do this or when they're going to do that. For me, like clothes, for example, and this is kind of a minimalist type of look that I have applied to my closet, my own personal closet, is have things, every single outfit, every single item in your closet be something you love. Because then there's no, questioning it. There's no trying to make a decision upon whatever the heck it is. Make every outfit something that you feel absolutely 100% amazing and, or comfortable or whatever it is. But then you don't have to filter through all these other outfits and waste so much time. Gosh, I remember the days where I'd get like 10, 20 outfits out and try them all on. And I'd be like, I don't like this one. I don't like this one. I don't like. Then I'd have a big old mess, right? Because I took everything off the hangers and wasted so much time. That's just me, though. I've never kind of been necessarily a fashionista. I just pick things out because I like it. The one thing I do hoard, though, that I need to maybe not be hoarding is shoes. I have a secret obsession with shoes, even though I hate feet. What a weirdo, right? No joke, though. I don't wear them all, so I don't even know why I have them. Really. So many pairs. And I got rid of quite a few, but I have a lot of shoes that I don't ever wear, and that's kind of silly. Maybe I should stop wearing them. I like heels, but I never wear them anymore. I'd rather wear tennis shoes or slippers. I'm wearing slippers right now. Picking treasures. Hello, welcome. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to you. Everybody's just saying hi to each other in the chat. That is so awesome. I came across a few channels over the weekend that I wouldn't normally have come across. And that's one of the great things about YouTube is, people that pop into your chat, or if you pop into somebody else's and then somebody subs to you and you go to their channel and you look them up. I expanded kind of the things that that I've been watching. Like I started watching a makeup channel, which I thought was kind of cool. It's not normally my thing. Like I don't know how to contour and all that, but I learned a lot, and I thought it was kind of neat. And I was like, well, at least maybe I can apply these tips to saving some time, or those rare occasions where I do want to wear a bunch of makeup. And then another channel I came across was some farming channel or something, and I thought that it was really cool. I was really kind of excited that I came across it. For sure. Francis says, I'm not a list person. I become obsessed with lists. Sanjuana says, well, I have to go, everyone. I got to start cleaning my room. I enjoyed the chat. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for coming by. Thank you very, very much. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And get it done. Move your ass. Best of luck to you on cleaning. Picking treasures, and it turns into a rabbit hole. Rosie's Closet says, I love makeup channels. Yeah, like I'm not. So when I was on Facebook, and I'm still on Facebook, but when I was part of a direct sales company, I was on Facebook a lot more than I am now, and I had a lot of friends, who were with makeup companies. I'm not going to throw out names or anything like that because that's just not my thing. But they would post and post and post, and it would like flood my screen of just makeup. And so I just never wanted to really necessarily take the time like that to watch it because it was flooding my screen. Let me give you a little tip, y'all. I'm just going to, maybe you know this, but social media is an amazing thing. A great way to advertise. Free advertising, really. But the way that you go about it, like if you start puking whatever you're selling onto people, it's immediate turn off. And I know that people sometimes maybe don't have enough time so that they do 50 posts back to back to back to back. But that will, for me, I'll unfollow you like right away because I want to see what everybody's up to, And so there are ways that you can, schedule those out. I know on some platforms they don't necessarily allow that, but the worst thing you could do is to puke whatever it is you're selling onto people. Make it a little more organic. Like, yes, it's good to reach out to people, but don't friend me and then immediately be like, hey, buy my lipstick. I don't even know who you are. Girls know, like we get tips from people that we know. I'm not going to just randomly or watch or whatever it is, because you feel like sometimes if you watch people, especially on YouTube, like you almost know them. I've made a few times now where somebody will pop into my chat or I'll pop into theirs or whatever. And I'm like, I call them by first name and they're probably thinking, who is this weirdo. But when you start watching people for so long, or you have been watching them for so long, like I've been watching Lindy Glenn for a year, I'm pretty sure. Like you feel like you know these people. I wasn't watching her live for a long time, but I really thought that if you hopped into a live, that your name would pop up. And see, there's the fear thing. How silly is that? Thinking that I was gonna, I don't know, go and be seen all over, which really, what's the big deal anyways? Right? Silliness. Silliness. Fear is a funny thing that really stops a lot of people from doing a lot. I'm spending money I found in a storage unit. I got my truck fixed. I got my vents in my house cleaned, and my car gets fixed next. You found money in a storage unit? That's awesome. That's great. That's awesome. I haven't come across money and something I picked up in quite some time. Coins. I've come across coins. But Violet, your tail. Sound like somebody was knocking. My dog. Oh, she's such a diva. Oh, Violet, you're a sweet girl, huh? Oh, you're a sweet princess girl. I love you very much, Vi. Okay, go on. My dog. Ay, ay, ay. Violet, go on. You're fine. Go on. Sorry about that. You know my dog. You've been watching me. You know she's a diva, and she thinks that she has to be center attention all the time. Hair channels. Yeah. Hope the vent cleaning help with my son's allergies. Yeah, hopefully. I know that. Well, I mean, dust really is, especially in those. Oh, it's so terrible when ours, for like, when the weather changes enough to finally either turn the air on, you know, well, we have a swamp cooler, but, or the opposite, winter comes and you got to turn the heat on, like, woof. I'm always sniffly and like, you know, going like this all the time during those parts of the year. The worst is that we live near a train, and there's like this black soot. Like, I wonder what our lungs look like. I'm really lucky that I don't have too many type of allergies. It's just all involving skin. I'm allergic to a lot of metals, and I found that out from my first heart surgery I had, when they put a metal mesh piece in my heart, and I had multiple allergic reactions to it, to where my throat and my tongue were swelling up, and that was crazy. I had to deal with that for a year, because they say that it takes up to a year for it to heal over, and so that my body couldn't sense it anymore, I guess. Oof. No joke. Yeah, I can only wear like certain types of earrings, which kind of stinks, because there's so many that I think are amazing, and I can't wear them, which sucks. She says, asking, Rebecca, did you research on how to print of a blank template? I don't know what you're talking about. I'll let you ladies talk about that. Flipping Mama says, finally parked. Hello, hello. Hello, my crazy friend. My daughter just gets such a kick out of you, Mama. For real. She does. I have my son all this week. So if we go live at any point during the evenings, I might have to be careful. We might have to title things, you know, as a little warning, not a family show. My daughter's a little older, so I try to be really just straightforward and honest with my daughter. She's never had an issue of being worried necessarily about coming to me about something. Like I was always scared to go to my parents and tell them anything. And my daughter's not like that, but my son is still young enough to where he's got no filter, and he's kind of the, I wouldn't say the class clown, but he's a jokester. Like, he loves to be funny and he loves to make people laugh. And sometimes when he hears something that's sarcastic or funny, he'll repeat it to a kid and it doesn't come out the right way. He's gotten in trouble a few times. Not really trying to be mean, but he has said some things, and there's strict rules at the school. Everybody gets so offended so easily. I get it. You know, I understand. I don't ever want to hurt anybody's feelings, but it's getting out of hand, people. For real. Toto from The Wizard of Oz. That's great. I used to love that movie so much. So much. I haven't seen it in quite some time, but Somewhere Over the Rainbow is one of my favorite songs. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. I was Dorothy for Halloween once when I was a kid, and my brother was the Cowardly Lion. My dad was the Tin Man, and my stepmom was the Scarecrow. I remember her stuffing kept popping out. It was so cool. My dad's outfit was like all, they had, I think, spray painted it, if I remember right. All silver to make him look like the Tin Man. It was awesome. I wanted to always, and I have a couple times dressed up with my kids, but it's kind of hard with how far apart they are in age. And my daughter isn't really into that. I told her last Halloween, I was like, because she's just not into really, we dress up every year no matter what, and it's usually something creepy. A zombie, I don't know, vampire, monster. Here's a fun fact about me. I love to do like makeup for costumes, not just necessarily regular makeup. I'm horrible at that, but I like to do zombies. I'm a Walking Dead fan. I haven't watched the last season, but I do like The Walking Dead. I like vampires. I like skulls. I don't know, I'm a weirdo. I don't know, does that make me weird? I don't know. Some people are like, why do you like so many dark things? I don't know. I just do. I'm not afraid of death, people. I'm not afraid of the dark. And, well, okay, maybe I'm a little afraid of the dark, but a lot of it is just all in your head, man. It's your head that's getting you all freaked out about things. Why would they leave metal mesh in if you were allergic to it? That is a great question. So I had a 2.5-inch hole in my heart, Francis, that they took it's a piece of metal or a mesh that went through, and it grabbed the hole and like not suctioned it, but made it close together. It reminds me of the best way to describe it is like a fish creel, or I don't know if you've ever seen one of those ones that the baskets that like open up and flatten for storage. That's what it always reminds me of. They could have opened me up, but I would have to get a new heart. So they decided that me almost choking on my tongue, was a better option. No, I was on allergy meds like Benadryl, high doses of Benadryl for a long time to prevent my tongue from swelling up consistently. It was miserable. It really was miserable. There's a lot of really crazy medical things that happened to me where I've had a doctor look at me and like go, number one, I don't know how you're alive. Number two, I don't know why this is happening. That is one of the most frustrating things, is to have a doctor who's, you know, obviously gone to school for a long time look at you and be like, I don't know, but I have no idea. I don't know why you're alive. I just like to think it's because I'm meant to do big things, right? Pretty much. I don't have any issues with the metal part now. Your heart doesn't have any, nerves in it. So it really, once it closed up all the way and built, scarred up around where the metal was, it wasn't hitting my bloodstream. So my system wasn't detecting the metal anymore. Very weird situation, but yeah, 2.5 inches is a pretty big hole. I really just didn't even know. I thought that, I had no idea. None. No idea that I had anything that wrong, seriously. I always just thought it was like I was out of shape or something, or, I had gotten my heart checked out when I was in my late teens, and the doctor kind of just said, you're stressed out because you got a lot on your plate for school, finals, all these things. But so I just sort of agreed with it. And then when I got pregnant with my daughter and I explained to the doctor what had happened before, she was like, oh, we're going to send you to a cardiologist, especially because heart problems run in my family. And sure enough, it took one ultrasound and one echo, and they were like, hello, McFly. I'm definitely blessed to, I just heard my YouTube go off. Oh, here goes half my audience. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I wasn't going to keep this YouTube forever anyways, just for the fact that I need to figure out how to ship this really big item, y'all. I'm scared. 5-second rule. Face your fears. I'm just going to do it. I've shipped plenty of things that were breakable. I don't know why this would really be any different, because there's not honestly a lot that could break in it, and I don't have to worry about the cost because I charged them for shipping. I think it's just, I'm just fearful of it. I'll show you what I got to ship. I showed this last week and I was like, hi, what should I put this up for? I don't share everything on my, well, and this is in my public store, so. Oh, it's upside down. That's the right way. This thing was getting so many offers and crazy amounts of bids. Maybe I should have just let it sit, but when the bids started going to 200, to 250, to 300, to 350, my phone was blowing up. Like, that's the first time I've ever had my phone be blowing up consistently through the night. I couldn't believe it. I got a bid on this like 5 minutes after I had posted it. But yeah, so this actually sold for $405 is what it's sold at. So I want to make sure that I'm shipping right. There's no glass on it, but the part that I'm sort of worried about, so this is all wood. All these little parts right here are all wood too. They're wood actually from all over the world. It's I can't remember how many different types of woods it is. This is an amazing picture. I've seen a few of these. I've seen the Hudson River wood inlay pictures. I've only seen the $5 one that was like a stamp. All the other ones are just birds or ducks or something. I've never seen this $1 one before. I've had it for quite some time. I really like it. I thought it was kind of cool. I'm not a huge duck, person on a visual, I like to go and see them physically, not necessarily in the form of art. So I bet it would have sold higher if it had the certificate, but I'm an art lover myself. When my family had their consignment shop, they dabbled in art, and also my grandma has been an artist, well, her whole life, a painter, and she has taught me a lot about art. So I'm familiar with it. I'm not necessarily familiar with all the types of artists in the world, but I do know quality. I do know how to spot a fake. I do know the difference between oils and all the kind of different art type of textures or ways to make art. I think I'm going to get into it more though, because the only reason I haven't is the fear. And that's silly. This won't take up, if I were to continue to buy things like this, I could actually even just hang them and stash them places around my house if I had to, but it doesn't take up as much space as something that would be way bulkier. So, yeah, it should be interesting how I'm gonna ship that. We'll see. It makes me want to list some of the heavier stuff. Maybe, I don't know. I got some typewriters really old typewriters that maybe I'll list. I don't know. I was gonna wait till the weather just got nice and just do them local. We'll see. I also have a picnic table. It's so amazing. I might have to whip that out sometime this week. It's fold up. It's like a camping picnic table, and it's very vintage. It's huge though. I wonder, I should look those up on eBay. Usually I just sell them local, but I don't know. I go back and forth on the thing because sometimes if I just sell it local, I don't, have to take a cut of the fact that I have to ship it on eBay. There are things like this would have taken forever to sell local. I think the reason that it started blowing up is because it was in people's saved, type of things to look for. So there's a few things that I've had that happen to, and they're always unique pieces of art or sculptures. Really is what glass art. There's some money in glass art, blown glass. For sure there is. Quality is definitely important. I'm also cracking and all that stuff. It's got to be really old. If you're going to try to get a good, or somebody really famous, if it's broken and you think it needs to be by somebody famous or antique for you to really get a lot of value, I guess, out of it. But there is art glass. There's some good money in art glass. There really is. And that includes, like, for example, paperweights or vases, or like I've seen art or glass at like where vegetables and fruit and all that. There's money in there. There's money. Yes, they're a little heavier, but if it's in good condition, even if it doesn't have a name on it, it will sell. It will sell. And I usually can find them for not too bad of prices. I like selling a lot of stuff like that. Candlesticks. I don't know if it's sort of different and I like it. Oh, I wish I had my little candlestick that I just listed. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? 1 second. I'm going to show y'all. It is so cool. Wow. I think this is just you know, a pottery type of candlestick. But I love this. Just listed this yesterday. It must have great color. You know, and there's no, I mean, it's numbered on the bottom. It's not signed or anything, but it has such a really great colors. It's got that brown drip to it. I love the fact that it has this little part, you know, to get the wax off. Or I was using it for jewelry. I was using it for jewelry. I was putting on my earrings, like up in here, or my nose rings, because I always tend to not put them back where I need to. I see we have somebody who popped in here who said, "Who are you?" Well, I am me. Who are you? I need to know how you package and ship that. I have so many items like that. I'm too scared to list them. Yeah, Rebecca, I'll for sure let you know. I mean, it's not like I am new to shipping. This one in particular, I'm a little nervous of because of all the different types of wood, and I don't want any of them to split. You know, I don't want a single part of it because it's like almost in perfect condition. It would be tragic, you know, and with the weather being such a change, going drastic. Well, at least here it is. One day it'll be, you know, almost 60, and then the next day it's 1 degree out, which is crazy. So I'm just scoping out the chat. Oh, oh, hi, Emma. Anna, Mora. She can see. I see you. Stella. I should write her name. Since she's watching. Ship it UPS. Costs a little, but then it will be insured if it breaks. Plus, you won't have to get shipping supplies for it. You know, I've thought about that, actually, because I know that I've always, anytime I've ever used UPS, they do a pretty good job of it. My stepdad worked for UPS for 35 years. And so I know that my mom, when they had their store, they used UPS a lot. I might do that. I mean, it's like I said, you know, it wouldn't really matter too much about how much it cost me to ship. I want to make sure that it's for sure done right. And it's always a learning curve, you know, with shipping. I always am talking about how I for real was dead set on never, ever, ever selling anything that was going to break. I don't know why I was so dead set on it. I was like, I'm never going to ship anything that's breakable. Well, pretty much. I list a lot of things that are breakable. I do. I take the chance, I guess. I've been really lucky to not have anything break on me, but I'm sure the day will come. I love that too. I have a similar signed piece. We'll let you know the artist. Oh, are you talking about to the picture? The inlay, wooden inlay picture? Yeah, they go kind of at, like, I've seen them for 20. The ones that are just plain Jane, I've seen them listed for 20. The shipping is usually always pretty high on them. I'm excited. I like wood pieces. I've never seen one this large in a picture like that before. What is this channel about? I searched singing filtered and with live and found your video. Oh, yes. Well, my channel is called Borderline Hoarderish, where hoarding is only cool if you can sell it for a profit. It's a little bit of this and that. A lot of times in my lives, I like to, well, Monday, motivate, because it's Move Yo as Monday. And today I was specifically talking a little bit about Mel Robbins, who is one of my idols. I do sing a lot. For sure, I do. I like to sing. You catch me singing more in working lives than necessarily this. Oh, how did I come here then? Because you just had to know who I am. Here, my troll will tell you bye. Bye. Singing bye, Miss American Pie. Rolled my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey, singing this will be the day. Two, I have similar sign, peaceful. And, oh yeah, I read that part. I'm such a dork. Sometimes I like hit the little scrolly thing. Mine all have glass. For your pictures, Rebecca. Yeah, I really think I'm gonna start dabbling in a few heavier items. For sure. I will keep you updated on how that goes. Hi, darling. Hello. Welcome. Hi, Leticia. Thank you for the PJ Birdie of talking about Friday. Oh, yeah, you still got your eyebrows on or what? See, well, I put mascara on today, but I was like I was trying to tell you, I think it was yesterday or the day before. I'm like you with the no eyelashes and eyebrows. I sort of, I mean, you can sort of see my eyebrows a little bit. Sometimes I darken them, sometimes I don't. But eyelashes, I don't really have much mascara on. But they disappear. It doesn't look like I have any eyelashes if I don't put on mascara. You're singing with me? Yeah. No, you don't have your eyebrows still on? I thought they were pretty awesome. I bet it was very weird, though, to see yourself like that. For sure. And what did you say that somebody said the next morning? Something about strawberry shortcake eyebrows? I don't know. I've tried to darken mine, and usually my son tells me I look weird if I wear really dark makeup. He's like, Mom, you look weird. So I think it takes a lot of time. Like if I had somebody, Casey, I just need Casey to fly out to me every day. That would be great, to do my eyebrows and my makeup every day. That'd be fabulous. I am a huge fan of Casey now, by the way. Darlene, I think he was fabulous. Very much so. I really have gotten or enjoyed getting to know some of the reselling community that's into jewelry. I have this new thing for watching jewelry hauls or the auctions. I think they're kind of cool, and I'm starting to realize, man, that might be a really good place for me to, buy stuff, to get some jewelry. I may not be hugely into jewelry as a bling bling, but I do like to be, like today I'm just wearing my pearl earrings, but sometimes I'll wear a chunky necklace and then simple earrings or maybe a little bangle or something like that. But I'm really digging a lot of the vintage, like antique stuff I'm seeing, and it's way easier for me to just watch one of the auctions than it is necessarily for me to maybe go and hunt. I tried to look on Goodwill, the online site, and to get an idea of some of the auctions that they have for those, the jewelry. But oof, they're way out of my price range. I'll stick to my 99-cent bags. Ooh. I'm sure that's worth it. For me, at this point, I need to expand my knowledge base before I go and investing, $70 to $100 into jewelry. Also, coming up with a better cube. I know I was watching Dia, Immortal Hourglass, for those of you that do not know who that is. Gosh, that girl is beautiful, by the way. Every time I look at her, I'm like, she probably thinks I'm a weirdo. I have a girl crush on you, Dia, if you're watching. I lurk. No, she has this really classic look, and she has really good taste in jewelry, and she's witty and funny, and I started watching her from Roland Picker, and the comments she would have, or the sarcasm. She's very smart. You could tell how smart she is. But I really like her, and her Instagram, wow. I'm jealous. Dia, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of your Instagram. I need to work harder on my Instagram. Do any of you guys try to sell your stuff through Instagram? I know there's a lot of people who do that. I haven't. See, here's another fear. I'm just going to tell y'all. I haven't shared much on any of my social media platforms. Isn't that silly? Like, I should do that. I really should, especially on Facebook. Because, I don't know how many friends I have on there following, but I thought it was like 2,500 or something. But it's a lot more personal on there. And I don't know why, but I'm fearful of it. I should just do it, right? I should just do it. I'm going to write that down. And next Monday, somebody's going to call me out and say, Kim, did you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Do it. Just post on there. Especially the following. I know that if I posted YouTube videos or started attaching them to some of my social media outlets, that my following would grow. I don't know. It's that fear, man. It's that fear. I need to take my own advice and always think about the fact that, well, people don't like me. That's one less person I got to worry about, right? Price of being a natural blonde, no lashes or brows, right? My hair's definitely getting darker. It's more like dirty blonde as I get older, but gosh, yeah, no eyelashes. I have now applied fake eyelashes. Excuse me if it sounds weird, because, I live in the ghetto. In the ghetto, the train's going by. At least he didn't go, wah, wah. You want me to sing the song? Peanut laid on railroad track. His heart was all aflutter. Long came number 9. A toot-toot peanut butter. So you got to sing every time the train goes by. My kids used to love that song so much. Beautiful jewelry. Dia had no money. I know, right? She has amazing stuff. She really has an eye for it. Really, some of it is incredible. And I'm like her in the fact that I buy stuff for my own stash. Like, I don't really care so much about who it's, if it's a brand name or if there's a mark on or whatever. I just get it because I like it. PMDB, hello, love your hair, by the way. That you are, PMDB, you are Paul, right? Paul? I'm Kimberly. Feel free to call me Kimberly. I know, I have to put on mascara too. I wore a brooch to my EEG this morning. It's on our church upload today to your EEG. Oh, that's, so EKG is the heart, EEG is the brain, right? Do you have to go in with, the last time I did one of those, They yelled at me because they thought that I had put product or something in my hair. And they're like, "You didn't wash your hair." I was like, "Oh, yeah, I did, sucker." I didn't realize it was such a big deal to have product in your hair. Isn't that like where they put all the little things on your head, Darlene? The EEG? Maybe I'm getting those mixed up. I get some of them mixed up because I've had so many silly tests done. Here's another fun fact. Fun facts about how messed up I am medically. I've had a couple seizures in my life. It's one of the reasons why I quit or gave away sold actually my cleaning business. I was working like 12 to 14 hours a day, and for some reason I was having seizures, and it was coming to a point where me driving was becoming a hazard, and they wanted to take my license away if I didn't get that figured out. So once I gave up my cleaning business and wasn't busting my, I was cleaning like this, wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off, because I had to hit so many houses in a day to make it, work. I was good at what I do. It was eco-friendly, like cleaning. I really liked it. Most of my clients were 60 and above, and they are the most fabulous people. But it was hard, and I had to give it up because, well, it was a safety hazard, really. But I've had a few tests done. They were trying to figure out why that was happening, and the only thing that they could come up with, my dad has epilepsy, but they've never diagnosed me with that. The only thing they could come up with was that it was my brain's way to shut my body down because I was in so much pain. So it's been years. It's been years since I've had that happen, but yeah, scary. I almost ran into a bank, literally, with my car because I had a seizure while driving. Many moons ago. And that's why they were like, "Yeah, we're going to take your license away." Luckily, I got it figured out, and I went. There was like a certain amount of time that I had to go without having a seizure, I think is what it was. I can't remember all the rules, but I'm like double, triple, quadruple whammied on some medical nonsense. All right. I really do. I am a firm believer that stress has a lot to do with a lot of things, even medically, because if I'm beyond stressed out or overexerting myself or not getting enough sleep, or maybe I'm, because I'm stressed out, then I used to, well, and I still sort of like this, but being a stress eater, and then I'm consuming things that aren't so great because I have to maybe make my eating time shorter, so I just grab quick things, and that's really kind of terrible. But when I don't take care of myself and I'm way too stressed out, my body starts yelling at me, and my fibromyalgia gets out of whack, and it's very sort of confusing sometimes because of my pacemaker. Like my fibromyalgia will start, and when it's really, really bad, it gives me chest pains, and that is no good. And so when I first got my pacemaker and that was, happening, then I was confused as to whether my heart was giving out or what was going on. But, I've learned, I have had a mini stroke and a heart attack many moons ago. So I do know what that's like. I have AFib, or is not as high of a concern now that I have my pacemaker, because my pacemaker is there to, people get confused as to what really and there's different reasons people have pacemakers, but for me, I have it because I have my heart goes too quick, and it doesn't know how to not stop. It doesn't know how to stop going quick. I like to be active, so they have mine set to start adjusting itself, I guess. I always want to say regulate, but my heart doctor's like, that's not the right word. I like to be active, and you want your heart to go up when you're running or being super active, and it will at 160. My pacemaker knows that it needs to not continue going higher than that and stay at that. So, and then on the bottom half, because when I got a pacemaker sort of unplanned. I went in for an ablation and I woke up with a pacemaker. Boy, was that a bad day, people. No, I was glad to wake up though. It was just a little shocking. That's all. Didn't expect to wake up in my 30s with a pacemaker. But on the bottom half, my pacemaker for part of my heart is there because part of my heart doesn't work at all by itself. So it's there to work. And they had to ablate a certain sinus node in my heart and give me a pacemaker. I didn't have a choice. There was no ablating that particular area and it being all right. They either were going to test it and it was going to work, or they're going to, test it by ablating half of it and it was going to be fine, or they were going to completely knock that area out by cauterizing it or burning it and give me a pacemaker. Pacemaker has definitely changed my life. There's only, I think it's like 10% of the population is under 60 that have a pacemaker. Yeah. There's not a lot of research done. Goals, future goal. Maybe y'all can. Here in a few years down the road, who knows? I have a goal to be able to donate, hopefully, large amounts of money to more research behind what happens to those who have a pacemaker for a long time. There is not a lot of research done because, most of the people who have pacemakers are elders, and they only get so many surgeries, and then they go on, they go to heaven. So there's not very many people that have had, multiple pacemakers and at such a young age. So I'd like to donate to that cause and really get the word out. I mean, I've thought about making videos because I really think that I know that I'm should be talking reseller life, but I wish that there was a much easier way to get it out there about pacemakers. And not just for your heart, but there are interferences that happen. And I never knew until I got a pacemaker that there were so many things that would affect it. Like, for example, bass from a stereo system. That messes me up. So if I'm sitting at a light or I'm sitting and waiting for the train to go by and there's some little punk kid pulling up with their bass blasting, boom, boom, whatever it is, that it affects me. It makes me feel kind of sick is really what happens. It's not as bad as it used to be since I got my pacemaker moved last May, but my pacemaker gets confused almost because the vibrations are, I don't know if my pacemaker thinks that it's my heart or what, but yeah, just so you know, you have a really loud system. You should be mindful when you pull up to a stop, because if there's anybody around you that has a pacemaker, you're messing them up. Just so you know. I'm going to scope out the chat here and then start wrapping this up. I was really trying to only go for an hour, but there's so many wonderful people that have popped in here that have not been in my live chats yet. And I appreciate you guys so much. I really do. I'm always nervous before all my lives, and I start to think, oh, I'm scared. I'm not going to do it. I can't do it. My little shy part kicks in. And I'm like, I'm going to quit. I don't want to do it. And then I remember all of you. And you guys really, I hope that I help in motivating you and maybe could teach you things. But really, you guys are such a blessing to me because you all motivate me. Truly. My journey has just begun on YouTube. And I've gone leaps and bounds in a confidence type of way and facing my fears. And that has a lot to do with putting myself out there. And having all of you guys support me is amazing. Amen. If they don't like us, so what? The internet has more than 5 folks. Amen, girl. Yes, I'm the Tin Man. If I only had a brain. Do 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 do. If I only had a brain. I used to live in Tornado Alley, so that movie sort of resonates with me. Plus, I just love it. I love all the costumes, all the, every character in it, and the ruby red slippers, of course. Casey will look at me and know if I can drive or not. See, I have osteofibro, rheumatoid, and wow, they think mine could be mini strokes or seizures. Wow, well, prayers to you, Darlene, for sure. My mom has rheumatoid arthritis really bad. I used to, and that sort of changed. I still have it a little bit in my knees and a little bit in my hands. The inflammation level is way, way, way down. But I took a serious look at what I was consuming a couple years ago, and that really made a huge difference. That's a whole nother topic I could go into. Heal your gut, man. I always say man, and I know that there's a bunch of ladies in here. I hope you're not offended. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I just want love. Just love for you all. Love. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. All these songs always popping in my head. So happy to meet you. Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. I have heard lots of people say wonderful things about you. So I'm really excited to develop our friendship and my friendship with Casey because I just love him. I just do. I do. He's like one of my new faves, for real. And I'm excited to get to know him better too. Plus, I need some help on my computer. I'm really bad about technology. Seriously, I just got Wi-Fi within the last year. And a laptop. We all need motivation. We do. We love you, Kimmy. Oh, you guys are making me cry. No cry. No cry. I'm not working up there. Yep, to the Wizard. I never get tired of the Wizard of Oz me either. Have I watched Tin Man? It's so good. I haven't. Is that new? Old? Like, I'm sort of movie deprived. Well, at least more modern movies. Oh my goodness. And I was watching the Grammys last night. Anybody else watching the Grammys? I felt old. Like it hit me all of a sudden that I'm not this cool mom. I try to keep up, but I didn't know any of those newbie singers. None of them. I mean, of course, I knew Alicia Keys and all the ones, you know, with Aretha Franklin and all that. Of course, I know who she is, and Smokey, and I can't remember some other ones. But these new people, I was like, who are you people? I had no idea. I had no idea who these people were. And somebody's probably going to give me shiz about this, but there was some of them I was like, I can't even believe that these people make as much money as they do for singing some of these songs. Makes me think maybe I should write a song, because my goodness, all it is like 3 different words. I don't understand. Maybe that's just me. I like singer-songwriters. Those are my favorites. Like, I'm a fan of Jewel and Adele and Nina Simone, and yeah, there's all kinds of singers that I like that have that more, singer-songwriter type of feel. Like, I feel music when I listen to music, and I listen to a broad spectrum of music. But some of these, I'm just like, what are you singing about? Seriously? Really? I just don't get it. Hi, my beautiful Irish twin, Destiny, in the house. I was thinking earlier, girl, I freaking love you. You and your welcome. You're so cute, Destiny. I love you so much. So much. If you guys have not subscribed to her, I think everybody who's in the chat maybe has. On her regular channel, right, is the Shamrock Pixie. And then you have your man's, Tommy's, which is the Bargain Effect. He cracked me up on Friday, by the way, when we were in Mama's Live, and he's like, who's that? I see how it is, Tommy. We are not friends anymore, sir. Nope, it's cool. It'll be the last time you ever forget who I am. Me? He didn't know who I was, people. He didn't know. He's like, who's that girl? Thanks, Tommy. It's cool. I thought we were closer than that, bro. See if I ever give you a wrench. Leticia, I have 17 grandchildren, and they would love to watch it. I forgot that you have so many. That's awesome. I think it's awesome. Do they all live near you, Leticia? I'm not a grandma yet. I would freak out if I became a grandma, because my daughter's 13. Like, somebody gonna die, and it ain't gonna be her. I hope that doesn't happen. We always have the talk, you know, about the birds and the bees. Let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the moon up above and the thing called love. I'll get on that account here in a second. Tin Man is a 2007 of Wizard of Oz. Oh, well, that's probably why I haven't seen it. I think in 2007 I didn't have a TV. I'm pretty sure I was a manager of a restaurant then, and I was working like 60 hours a week. So I'm going to wrap this up because some of my favorite people went live, and I need to pack this thing. I appreciate every single one of you. Please make sure to like this video if you have not, or dislike. That's okay too. I hope that you like it though. Don't hurt my pink feelings, y'all. Give me a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that little bell icon somewhere down there, somewhere down there. I always go live every Monday, noon Mountain Standard Time, and it's kind of sporadic throughout the week. I usually do a working live or two, and I plan on doing that this week. Leticia and the Chevron Pixie, we ought to figure that out. Maybe do one here, and then maybe one on yours, because I want to spread the love, you know? I like doing the working lives. I think they're fun. That way y'all don't have to just listen to me talk the whole entire time. I appreciate every single one of you. Much love. Make sure to apply that 5-second rule. Do not let fear get to you. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Get it done. Move your ass. Okay? Just do it. Right now. Don't make me ground you. No excuses. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Much love to all. Hearts. Air hugs. That's my best attempt at an air hug. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Behave yourselves. Don't do anything dumb. Or do. And I will see you next time. Bye. Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys singing, this will be the day she don't die. 'Cause we are gonna survive.